Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, stops in Chicago, where Vincentians show us no work of charity is foreign to the society by hosting an event to help young students prepare for the school year.
How a screen printing business is providing a valuable second chance. I'm Trace Trolko in Cincinnati. How t-shirts like these are providing hope and opportunity for returning citizens.
And Vincentians in Detroit provide a bridge to a more prosperous life by empowering the people they serve. These stories are just some examples of the good works of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul across the United States.
Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul.
You're looking at Chicago's iconic skyline, our view of the nation's third largest city from Montrose Harbor. This so-called Windy City sits on Lake Michigan. Millions of people call Chicagoland home. In a big city with big city challenges, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul's Chicago Council has served people in need since 1857. Welcome to Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul. I'm Michelle Wargo. Getting kids ready for the school year. That's just one of the many ways Chicago area Vincentians are serving their community. With help from students at DePaul University, we see Vincentians in Chicago are doing just that by bringing bags of food and backpacks filled with school supplies to young students. Vincentian Elizabeth Cabral Areola and Vincentians from the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, Chicago, assemble bags of food to go with backpacks of school supplies for their annual back-to-school event. Elizabeth serves as the director of the Society's food pantry at St. Gall Catholic Church and sees the need to help area families as the new school year approaches.
I noted that there was a lot of need, especially children that didn't have hardly anything any of the tools to learn and study, the essential tools for education. And it kind of really touched my heart.
Father Rene Mena, pastor at St. Gall, appreciates the work Vincentians do to help the parish and community.
Oh yes, the volunteers, they contribute not only as they sponsor and they give, but the volunteers in their time, their love, their generosity, their spirit of service coming here. I just came maybe half an hour ago to take a round, and I was telling the volunteers, thank you very much for being here, and they were saying, no, thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve.
Service, along with spirituality and friendship, is one of the essential elements of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul.
The essence of our faith is service. You know, Jesus Christ, the center of our life, who came to say, I have come not to be served, but to serve. So he presents himself as the servant of God. So that's what the Catholic, the Christian faith is about service and love.
It's an honor to serve God, not an obligation. And by knowing that you're serving God in such a unique way, by providing and loving and sharing, that's the best thing that could happen to a person and his family.
Elizabeth and the Society's mission really moved Nick Hoppenrath to get involved.
She's actually a very inspiring lady, and the work that they do here, the organization, the amount of people that they service and help the families, it's very inspiring.
Diana Gonzalez is grateful for the outreach of Chicago Vincentians.
Like, even though you work long hours or anything, sometimes you just can't afford the school supplies. And this is like an awesome event that they brought up because it helps out us a lot and the kids, because sometimes kids don't have school supplies to go to.
Spirituality is as integral to Vincentian events as providing help to people in need.
It's such a grace. It's such something so beautiful and so profoundly. The people are so profoundly grateful for just receiving.
Society founder Blessed Frederick Ozanam had a passion for truth, democracy, and education. Vincentians like Bill Waddell know education is an important pathway out of poverty.
Well, our young people are our future, And if we can educate them and give them an opportunity and they have a level playing field, I think you're going to see a lot of success.
This back-to-school event revolves around young people, both students and volunteers. Michelle and Daylin Corona have helped out here for years.
You feel good at the end of the day. You're like, all the hard work I put in, it's like helping other people. Like, you feel good about it, volunteering. So right now, today, we're gonna help out pass the book bags and notebooks and pencils and all that.
The efforts of the young volunteers are appreciated.
They're here doing their job. They're here passing out notebooks, passing out crayons, giving out food. I think that's a really, really good thing coming from them because they're just little kids and they're already showing how much of a big heart they have.
Involving kids at a young age to participate in stuff like this in the church and out of the church, that's a great example as a church.
Outreach like this really helps families stretch their budgets during tough times.
I got some school supplies for my sons. They provided book bags, crayons, pencils, and then they also had a food pantry. They provided food and free clothes. They had a little bit of everything, which is really helpful.
Not only that they donated the stuff, but they also donated their time and their effort to put this together so everything would come out perfect the way it did today.
The service to others helps Vincentians grow in their spirituality and makes a difference for those being helped and those helping.
We did something good for humanity, something good for the children of the world, the future of the world, and something for ourselves that we did something good. Not because we were obligated to do it, because acknowledging that it's an honor to serve God. And St. Vincent de Paul brings that out from all of us.
More than 2,000 children were helped during this outreach event. Meantime, Vincentians in Dallas are making sure kids go to school with backpacks filled to the brim with binders, paper, and other school supplies. Kids like Victor Martinez appreciate this generosity.
I feel happy and excited at the same time because it's just helping us. So that way our parents can keep a good budget.
All told, Vincentians from 38 conferences in the Dallas area distributed more than 800 backpacks. When Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul returns, we'll show you how the Society partners with others to strengthen our communities.
People often associate the Society of St. Vincent de Paul with thrift stores. Donations like your old couch or washing machine generates funds to assist the Society in putting food on the table and keeping the lights on and families in their homes. Plus, the Society provides donated furniture and appliances directly to our neighbors who often go without the basics. To find a St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in your area, visit svdpusa.org. Whether you're shopping, donating items, or volunteering, you are helping us help others.
We're just a couple of miles from Chicago's Lakeshore at St. Mary of the Lake Catholic Church, established back in 1901. Inside, you'll find this icon of St. Vincent de Paul by iconographer Joseph Malham. It shows the patron saint of the poor holding a baby, which reflects on St. Vincent's work caring for poor and orphaned children. The groups in the Vincentian family recognize St. Vincent as their founder and inspiration. The Society's rule states Vincentians help people in poverty help themselves whenever possible. As Sharon Dennis shows us, the Society, Ascension Healthcare, and Catholic Charities are partnering to help people create a path to a more stable future in Detroit.
I believe in me, I believe in the power of God. I know I didn't come here by chance. I know I'm here for a purpose.
Constance Moten says that purpose is working to pull yourself up to create a better life and a brighter future. That's where Bridges to Hope comes in. Bridges to Hope is a no-cost program offering life planning lessons for people interested in creating a more stable, secure future. It is a collaborative effort of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, Ascension Healthcare, and Catholic Charities of Southeast Michigan.
So what has been the most eye-opening thing that you can name in this class that's just been your epiphany, your aha moment?
Bridges to Hope is hopeful, and it stands for helping others prosper through empowerment. And we're really good at direct service and advocacy, and we want to take it to another level and help people help themselves. So Bridges to Hope is helping people create sustainability.
Bridges to Hope participants learn about factors contributing to poverty, as well as resources and ways to help them get out of their situation.
They help you get out of poverty by teaching you different things about poverty and different skills, and we all share resources and things to help us do better.
Everything. Church, relationships, kids, jobs, about the city, life what we went through, everything.
We talked about what is poverty, which is, not meeting your basic essential needs. And then we learned about the statistics. And then after that, we scoped out a mental model of poverty. So where are you in your life? So we basically looked at a model that can help us to be self-sufficient as an individual.
Dr. Cynthia Tagg, Vice President of Community-Based Health Services at Ascension St. John Providence, sees Bridges to Hope as offering a hand up, not a handout.
In fact, a lot of the people that we work with are working, and many of them working more than one job, trying to make ends meet. But they need some tools, and also people just need social support. So this Bridges Out of Poverty program, which we call Bridges to Hope, helping others prosper through empowerment. That's what it's about, helping them to be empowered so that they can better themselves and make better choices.
Bill Hill, a Vincentian with the St. Peter's St. Paul Conference, says the Society's element of personal contact between its members and those struggling is key to helping people move out of poverty to self-sufficiency.
I've always thought that it was important to have some one-on-one kind of help for somebody to get them out of the situation we're in. There's so many people that come back to the shelter every week, and you just can't see a way out. And so I was interested in that when I was volunteering.
Participants learn there are different types of poverty, including temporary situational poverty and long-term generational poverty.
Poverty is not just about finances, but it's an array of different things that make up how we actually tackle poverty, I guess, so to speak, or how we actually can really address poverty, because it's not a one-sided approach that is actually needed. So there's so many facets of poverty, whether it's situational, generational, relative.
Cassandra Jackson, St. John Providence Community Health Manager, says experiencing poverty is like a day-to-day fight to keep your head above water.
In our Getting Ahead program, they call it being in a tyranny of the moment. And so you're not trying to figure out what you're going to do 6 months from now. You're trying to figure out what you're doing 6 minutes from now. And so it is a struggle.
Takia Calhoun says an important part of the Bridges to Hope training is to help people see and plan for a better future, rather than focusing on short-term needs.
Yes, I want to go back to school. I wanted to show my children that I am pursuing my dream of, getting my bachelor's and my master's, and maybe even that PhD. However, I can't see past today, because all I'm concerned about is, are my kids safe? And I won't have any utilities. Will I have enough food to give to my children and myself? So all I'm worried about is today. How can I take care of today? So that's the tyranny of the moment. I can't see past today. So the chances are of me pursuing that goal of returning to school or getting off of welfare assistance is something that I don't even think is attainable.
Program leaders believe the classes truly make a difference in participants' lives.
The results are worth the effort, definitely. When you hear stories from individuals that have graduated from our program, and you hear that they have enrolled in college, and you hear that they have applied for their first home loan, or you hear that they have gotten a job that is beyond the minimum wage, that makes you hopeful. That's when you know that your efforts are truly paying off in the community.
Through his work with the Bridges to Hope classes, Bill appreciates the opportunity to live out his Vincentian values, helping people in poverty help themselves.
I try to see Christ in those people. And when I serve at other places down here, I pray often at night. I say, God, show me that one person that you want me to talk to mentor to in my service assignments.
The students are grateful for the helping hand.
My goal is to go out and help many people as I can. Same way how the kid helped me. I got to pass it forward. I have to.
8 weeks ago, I was getting to know myself a little better, you know, getting to know God, getting to understand God and what place He has in my life and how that can help me go through any obstacle that's in my way. I was looking for employment. I found a job yesterday.
I believe I'm going to succeed because in a year from now, I plan on being a Wayne State University graduate. I just have so many plans, so many things I want to do because I was destined for a purpose. So I plan to just shoot off like a star, like go far.
That's the goal of Bridges to Hope, to help Tiara and others realize their dreams. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Sharon Dennis.
Seems it's a success. 48 people began and finished the pilot program, and all report their stability improved. Coming up, what may look like a simple t-shirt actually represents a second chance for citizens returning from incarceration. We'll learn how when Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul returns.
I think of a hero that I was with the other night at dinner. We went to a place that served family style. There were 8 of us. And at the end of the meal, there was some food left over, about half of a large bowl, if you will. And the waitress came over with the usual question, shall I wrap this up for you? And 7 of us said no. The one fellow who happens to be from Philadelphia said, no, please wrap it up. And I said, well, what are you going to do with it? I saw a homeless fella outside, and I'm going to drop it off to him. Those are the kind of heroes that exist all the time in the society, and it's a pleasure and privilege to deal with them.
We're now at St. Linus Catholic Church in Chicago, where this beautiful statue of St. Vincent de Paul greets parishioners and visitors alike. The Society of St. Vincent de Paul in Chicago helps more than 800,000 people in Cook and Lake counties every year. This t-shirt is a product of an enterprising business in Cincinnati, one that gives a fresh start to people who have spent time behind bars. Trace Trilko has the story.
It's another active day at Block Ministries Printing in Cincinnati. Workers are busy screen printing t-shirts.
This business here looks small, but the things that come out of here, a lot of people want to get involved with this. A lot of people want to help. A lot of people want shirts just because it's faith-based. And then you have people who are returning citizens in here making the shirts.
Dante Ingram is making the most of his second chance. He and others refer to themselves as returning citizens rather than the formerly incarcerated.
It's my passion and my mission in life to help folks that are just like me, who have them barriers and made them mistakes in the past, but not necessarily that's not the person you are. So I take it as a personal mission to help these folks to become the best person they can be.
Through the work of the HELP program, t-shirt after t-shirt goes from screen printing to drying, a social enterprise supported by several community partners, including the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Cincinnati. Dominic Duran leads the Society's Vincentian Reentry Organizing Project, designed to break down barriers to reentry those who've served time regularly face.
We are a group of men and women who made mistakes, paid our debt to the criminal justice system, and now trying to move forward with our lives in a positive manner. So I know firsthand the struggles, the obstacles, and the despair that comes along with coming home from incarceration, trying to do right, but no opportunities available.
Edward Glaze III takes responsibility for his actions, says he's served his time and now wants to lead a productive life, though that's not as easy as it sounds.
I've been in prison for 6 years, coming home, couldn't find a job, filled out many applications over the years, still never got a call back.
Edward has found it's difficult to move forward from the mistakes he's made.
Well, I'm good in painting, carpentry. I have a business degree in accounting and business management, but even with the degree, that felony kind of overrides all that, so it's more so just that image or that character, or they looking at the crime versus the character.
The Society has helped many returning citizens with the basics, from clothing and food to vouchers for furnishings and furniture. It's the Society's work with reentry that is also addressing systemic problems. For example, helping to eliminate a simple box on a job application form.
I have some college education. I just have that felony, which limits me majorly because I'm a certified optician, which I learned that trade while incarcerated and got the certification. However, because I have to check the box, I am overlooked.
Alicia Barker shares one of the biggest barriers for a returning citizen applying for a job, a box that appears on most job applications asking if the applicant has ever been convicted of a felony. Jeff Johnson has experienced the rejection too.
Yeah, I come out and all they care about is that one day in your life. Nobody cares about nothing else you ever did. My work history, you check that box that says you committed a felony and they don't want nothing to do with you.
Jeff has taken accountability for his bad decision and wishes it wouldn't come back to haunt him again and again.
First 46 years of my life, I never even had a traffic ticket. Not even a traffic ticket. My mother died, my sister died. When the housing market went down, they foreclosed my home, I lost everything. And I robbed the store. I needed money. I'm not on drugs or nothing, I just needed money.
Vincentians across Ohio have successfully lobbied to get that question removed from public employee applications, helping pave the way for successful interviews in which candidates have an opportunity to explain their history without it being an early disqualifier.
I'm asking for an opportunity to take care of me, to succeed, to have gainful employment, to be able to say, hey, here's someone else, a fellow sister or brother that is returning back to society.
Returning citizens say they need the support of the business community. More and more Cincinnati employers like Bart Kohler are providing opportunities.
The first guy that we've hired, our most productive night shift worker, and this was a fellow that 6 months ago, everyone looked at me like I had 3 eyes in my forehead. Why would you ever want to think about doing something as crazy as this? Bart. Vincentian
Bart Kohler is president and chief operating officer of the Hubert Company, a Cincinnati business that specializes in selling restaurant equipment. Bart was so moved by the stories of returning citizens he was hearing about that he challenged his executives to look at their hiring practices and quickly realized they, too, were asking applicants about previous felony convictions. The box was removed, and the Hubert Company became a valuable community resource by providing second chances.
I didn't do this just because this is a corporal act of mercy. This was a business decision. I mean, I need people, and frankly, the job market's pretty tight at a lot of the entry-level positions. And it was almost as if it doesn't work, geez, I've hired a lot of other people that haven't worked, why not give it a try? And if we can find ourselves a new, call it river of talent with these returning citizens, oh my gosh.
Opportunity is sweet music to Dominic's ears.
I think everybody needs an opportunity, a second chance, a third chance even. The thing about the people that I'm working with, and I've been so blessed, is that people of faith are forced to see the face of God, even in a wretch like me. And we've been able to engage employers who are people of faith, who, you're right, that is the opportunity that we need to give. And what is our calling? What is our reason to, serve Christ? And how do we serve Christ? By helping those who are most rejected, by helping those at the bottom of the totem pole. And that's what I've been getting from my experience and the work that I've been doing here with St. Vincent de Paul, the help program, is that when you engage people of faith, they want to get involved and they want to know how they can help.
Dominic and Dante have become positive male role models for Deshaun Kaiser, too.
When I got out, I immediately got in contact with St. Vincent de Paul. I was able to set up an appointment to see Dominic, and we went from there. He told me about his embrace of the struggle, of what it took to get back into society. And so hearing that from someone who'd been where I've been and did what I did, it was reassuring. And so he referred me to the HELP program. And since I've been in the HELP program, Dante has been an example of hope. And so I am now employed.
And business is good. The t-shirts are selling well.
I'm very optimistic of how this can even grow. I think our guys are doing great. The ones who are coming in here, they're learning a skill. They're learning something that they can take with them anywhere in the country, in the world. They know how to do screen printing. So the fact that they're coming in here and learning this and being able to get paid and being able to learn how to run a business, I think is priceless.
as is support from the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, too.
St. Vincent de Paul is my family. It's very important to me. It's important to me because they care and they allow me to care back. They allow me to pay it forward to other people. They allow me to send people to them. I am still involved with a lot of women that are incarcerated. I try to be a go-to person, a positive role model.
It's all about finding people that are hurting, and trying to inspire hope. Hope's a really powerful word, and it's probably my favorite word. So for me, it was really a perfect match between what I believe my purpose in life is and really what the organization St. Vincent de Paul is all about. It's all about inspiring hope in people's lives and people that are hurting.
That's what Vincentians do every day, provide hope for the hopeless and opportunities for a second chance for those who often need it most. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Trace Trolka.
You're learning more about the Society's good works on Our Faith in Action, and folks in Baton Rouge, Louisiana are often inspired by Beacons of Light. This TV show airs on local Catholic television and features stories on the person-to-person service of the Society in Baton Rouge. Council CEO Michael Acaldo serves as host and says the TV show's exposure has helped increase the number of Vincentians and volunteers serving the community.
It leads to everything. Everybody wants to be a part of a great mission, and our Vincentian mission is a great one. And when people see the opportunity to live their faith, to act upon their faith, and to put their faith as a visible sign of Christ in our community, people do respond. And so the show's been an excellent ambassador for our local society, getting the word out and helping to encourage people to make a difference by getting involved with St. Vincent de Paul.
Beacons of Light has been airing in Baton Rouge for more than 10 years. Thanks for joining us as we've crisscrossed the country to show you ways Vincentians are positively impacting their communities. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Michelle Wargo.